Here we go. Welcome back to WorldwideGiantGrowers.com. I'm starting my seeds. It's April 19th, Sunday, and I am starting my actual seeds today, and I thought I'd make a short video. I think the last video I made, I left a few things out. It was a busy week mailing out 120 bubbles, blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to show you a few things. I've got my peat pot soaking in water, and the reason I'm soaking them in water is I found that the dry pots will suck the life out of your mix. I mean, we're just making our mix just wet enough so that, it sticks together. And the peat pot, if it's dry, will suck some of that life out of that mix. So what I'm doing here is topping these off. These here are the pots I marked 2323 Meyer. I'm starting 3 of the 2323 Meyer. So I'll fill these up here real fast. What I do is I gently pack them down, not real tight. They're not going to be in these pots very long. They're only going to be in the pots for a couple of days. And then I'll be transplanting them into the bigger grow bags. So I'm just looking to get them ignited. Get this other pot here filled. Another thing I want to talk to is about watering and temperature. These little heat chambers, they keep it usually right around 80 degrees, which is fine. And but there's one thing I just found out. One thing I want to share with you. The last video I made down here last week, I had a couple of seeds I was using just for like little guinea pig seeds. Well, I discovered today when I came down here and was packing my pots, these seeds germinated. There was one in the seed starter batch and there was one in this grow bag. They both have popped roots with no heat. No heat. They were soaked a little bit in the cups. That really amazes me. This basement's like 65 degrees down here. So these things germinated. They got roots popped. And I'm trying to think what seeds these even were. I'm not even sure what seeds they are. So anyways, that's crazy. So I guess heat, I guess you don't have to worry about getting warm enough. I would say I'd still try to be around 80 degrees. These germinated though in a little over a week at 65 degrees in the dark. Crazy. Anyways, what I'm doing here is I got my pots made up. I've been soaking the seeds since like 2 o'clock. They've been in here like 5 hours now. I did file the edges a little bit, not much. I'm talking like 4 or 5 swipes with the sandpaper is all I did. 4 or 5 just to knock a little bit of the edge off. I'm not a big filer. But then I just take the pots are a little bit gently packed down. They're marked 2323 Meyer. I just take the seed, I push it down in, just like maybe a quarter to a half inch below the surface. And then it's as far as I go with them. Make sure you got them in the right pot. 2323 to 2323. Check your cup. Don't get your genetics mixed up. Cup 2323 Meyer. These are Benny's seeds. Benny sent me a couple. Another good friend of mine sent me an extra one, so I'd have 3. And I also, I actually got one, Benny sent me a couple for the club. I actually got one in the Oaf collection. And a friend of mine sent me one from Alaska. He sent me a 2323 Meyer. Thank you, Patrick. And so now I have 3. I have 3 to start. I just push them in there and just gently pack them down. I put all the seeds in here. I am starting I started 8 1947s. I want to get 2 plants. I started 8. I started 4 1317s. I want to get 2 plants. I'm going to do the Benny Meyer method and plant them one at each end. Let them grow out about 10 feet before I decide which one to cull. That way if there's any freak flowers or any ribbon vines, we'll find out so we're not wasting a season in the garden. Other than that, we take the saran wrap. I think the saran wrap's important. Because what it does is it keeps the moisture right there. What we're going to do is we're going to cover these up and we're going to put the lid on them and we're not going to come back for 2 days. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here twice a day, make sure the cat didn't unplug them or something, but I'm not going to uncover them. We've got the perfect amount of moisture in them. They've soaked for 5 hours. This seed starter mix is you squeeze it, it holds together without dripping. See, it's holding together like a ball, but it's not dripping. All right. So we know it's perfect. That's perfect. The cover will keep them just right where you want them. And I already have one batch over here going. I've got batch, there's probably, I think altogether here I must have close to 30 plants that I'm starting. I got the 1362 squash from Russ Pugh. I'm growing his squash. If you want me to grow your seed, the best way to do it is win one of my contests. If you win one of my contests and I grow that vegetable, I will grow your seed. This year, Russ Pugh won last year. He won $1,000, the 1362 squash. Pete Glazer won $1,000, growing the biggest pumpkin in my contest, 2036. So I'm growing Pete's 2036. He gave me 4 seeds, said, Mark, he gave them to me in Wilkes-Barre, I want you to have 4 seeds. I want you to start 4 and cull. So everybody's recommending that system. If you want to bogart the seeds and save them for another year, I think it's bad advice. You know, if you want to be a seed hoard, you might start the seed that has an issue. Maybe it's a ribbon vine, maybe it's got something wrong with it. They're just like people. If you have 50 kids, you know, a couple of them are going to have issues, different kind of genetic problems, different kinds of issues. So to get a good one, you know, it's best to do the culling method. But once I put this on here, I'm leaving it. I'm not going to be down here pulling the lid off. I'm not going to be dumping water on them for at least 2 days. In 2 days, I'll take this off and I'll inspect it, make sure the moisture looks good and everything. These should really start popping. The bulk of these should start popping at 2 to 3 days, 4 at the most. And we'll plug this in, and that's it. That should be it. Don't keep pulling the lid off. It's like cooking a cake, man. Don't keep pulling the lid off. You're letting all that moisture out. You got the perfect environment. Leave it alone. So my new products are up. I'll mention this and then we'll be out of here. My new products are up. My Grow, My Bloom, CalMag, Bubba's Monster Maker, Mark's Special Tea, and the Root Keeper. They're on my website, worldwidegiantgrowers.com. Check them out. You can join up, get a membership, use the products this year. I think, as Benny Meyer would say, I think it's going to be a great year, 2015. And we're going to do our best to catch Benny. Benny, you did an awesome job, but we're going to catch you. All right? Good luck to everybody. We'll talk to you in the next video. The next video will be membership-only video, putting the plants in the patch. Good luck to you all. If you have any questions, shoot me an email at mark@worldwidegiantgrowers.com. Have a great day.